to the Orange City Literature Festival Book Review Podcast. I'm Faruqi and I'm excited to introduce you to this new segment featuring book reviews from the students of Nagpur. This is our 6th year, and what better way to celebrate than by giving students a voice. Joining us today is Aastha Uikey from GH Raisoni Public School, Ambazari. Welcome, Aastha. Can you please tell us the title and who the author of the book is?
The title of the book is Tuesdays with Morrie and the author is Mitch Albom.
Can you briefly describe what this book is about?
This book is basically a memoir written by Mitch Albom, in which Mitch Albom visits his former professor weekly on Tuesdays, and that's why the book is called as Tuesdays with Morrie. Both his professor and Mitch discusses their wisdoms on life, love, experiences, etc.
Sounds like quite a philosophical book. Do you usually enjoy reading memoirs, or was this a different type of read for you?
No, I actually prefer reading fictional books rather than reading non-fictional ones, and it was my first time reading an memoir, and it was quite interesting.
What was your favorite part about this book?
The favorite part of my this book was that when Mitch visited his professor, and his professor guided him with the life lessons even after he got graduated from his college.
True that. Rekindling that relationship with your professor is very nostalgic, and it is a sort of a very special relation. You know, in this book, Morrie tells Mitch that he should create his own values instead of following the crowd. Do you think it is important? Do you agree with this?
Yes, creating our own values rather than following the crowd requires self-reflection, courage, and creating our own values takes a lot of time, but it is effective and it can stay until our journey ends.
Very rightly said. It is indeed a time intensive process, but the results are very fruitful, and it is what sets you apart from the crowd. You know, one of the lessons and one of the quote actually from Morrie in this book is, once you learn how to die, you learn how to live. What do you think he means by that?
Morrie said that on the 4th visit of Mitch with his professor, in which Mitch asked the professor how one can prepare for his death, and Morrie replied with, once you learn how to die, you learn how to live. The quote encourages us that we should confront and accept our mortality and live our life authentically and meaningfully.
True, death is inevitable, but many people, are scared of it. It is quite difficult to accept it, and this quote really puts things into perspective for us. And one of the things that that Morrie teaches about life in this book is that the meaning of life is quite different from what the society tells us. What do you think this impact has on you?
Meaning of life means it's personal and ongoing journey of a particular person, and it is important to know what really matters to us. And according to the society, life defines expectations, values, rules, etc., which vary across the cultures.
True. Society does gauge a person's value by the materialistic things that he has achieved instead of the more soulful and emotional aspects of the life. And what is that one lesson that you learned from this book?
The lesson I've learned from this book that death is a part of a natural cycle, and we should not be fear of it, and rather we should consider it as a motivator and live the life fullest.
That's a very profound lesson that you have learned. And would you recommend this book to your friends?
Yes, I would surely recommend this book to my friends, as they will also get to know about the meaning of life. Yes.
And do you have a fond memory with a teacher of yours? Would you like to share it with us?
Yes, there was a teacher in 8th grade. She taught me science, and she was not just a teacher but more like a mother to me. She taught me great values and guided me in my bad and goods.
Thank you for sharing such a cherished memory with us. Now that we are on to the topic of teachers, what importance do you think a teacher or mentor holds in our life?
Teachers really play a great role in our lives. Like in the book, Morrie taught Mitch lessons about life and his wisdoms. And personally, teachers guide us and learn, and they make us learn more and achieve more. And teachers make the great leaders for our country.
that teachers really are those candles that burn themselves but light the world around them. And thank you so much, Aastha, for sharing such great takeaways from this book with us. And to our listeners, mark your calendars for November 22nd, 23rd, and 24th for the 6th edition of Orange City Literature Festival happening at Chitnavis Center. Meet over 100 plus authors from across India and dive into 3 days filled with books, discussion, and inspiration. Thank you for tuning in. Join us in our next episode featuring more reviews from the budding book lovers of Nagpur. Until then, happy reading, happy listening.